your family, the women in your life that have passed away, they're trying very, very hard to connect with you. And they're saying they want you to try to be in stillness and call on them, because they're always around and they're trying to give you some signs. Do you feel them at all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because they are surrounding you with so much love. They literally are talking about they're going to get you pregnant, is what they're saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness. There's just a lot of love. Do you have any questions for them or anything else before we get off the call?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Well, Brandy, thank you so much for calling, and I'm sending you lots of love and positive vibes. And Craig, let me know. I'm wishing it for you.
I will inbox y'all when I get pregnant with these twins. I will let you know.
Yes, I love it. All right. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.
A1R Psychic Radio. Chart's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for Insights into Consciousness with Anna Olson. Live from AnnaOlsonIntuitive.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Insights into Consciousness
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Anna Olson here on A1R Psychic Network. Tonight I have a guest with me on my show, Insights into Consciousness. This segment, I am doing a whole show on angels. And I'm so excited to have my good friend Karen here to talk about angels and her work with angels and how to get messages from angels and what that entails, because Karen has been one of my main mentors on working with angels. Before I started doing all of my readings for the public and everything, I knew that there were angels, but I didn't know the details. And so, lo and behold, I was provided with a great teacher and mentor who taught me a lot about angels. She pointed me in the direction of how to use messages from angels and how to really trust that they're there and that they're for us and for the highest and greater good, for messages from spirit, from the angel realm. So because there are so many myths about the angel realm and working with angels, and because there are so many questions that people tend to have about this topic, I really wanted to have Karen here with me on my segment tonight because she's such a wealth of knowledge about the topic, and it's just really great to have her here. I'm so happy she could make it. Thank you for being here, Karen. I'm really
thank you for having me.
Come. So I just wanted to ask you a few questions about it so that people know and they're informed about how this works with the angels. And first of all, how did you realize that either what you did was a gift or it wasn't like most people, or when did you notice that it was just something different?
I first noticed that it was something different than the first time that somebody kind of criticized and said, "What do you mean that you hear angels?" And I thought, doesn't everybody? You know, I just thought it was natural. So I always did, and so I that's when I realized that I was different. But that started when I was very young, and just has gone on from there.
So it started when you were really young, and it was basically a cross-examination, or I don't know, like a question that somebody had. What was the thought process in your mind at that point?
Well, when I knew that, I just knew something was going to happen because I was just informed. I was just told. And to me, that came very natural. And then it happened, and they wanted to know how I knew. And so I just said, well, because I heard it. I heard the voices. They've actually, have warned me, shown me signs, and just, things like that. So, yeah.
Right. And I know that you've given messages to me a few times, and you've shared with me a lot of the work that you've done with the angels, and it's always right on point. There's so much basically synergistic, I guess you could call it, those revelatory synchronicities that I always talk about. There's always the synchronization of correct timing every time with either a card or a message. And sometimes things will be showing up in our lives, and then you'll get a message from angels, or you'll get a message from angels and that thing will keep showing up in your life. So I've noticed that. And so I'm wondering, how is it that one would be able to communicate with angels? What would be your advice for how this process would go?
the first thing I think you have to realize is that we all have this gift, and it's just what I call a time of awakening right now. So when you like just simple things, it starts with simple stuff like, I need to turn the iron off as you're going out the door. If something is telling you to turn that iron off, you go back and sure enough, it's on. Mm-hmm. And so it's warnings, it's signs like that you make you realize that something else is there guiding you. It's just a form of guidance that helps you go along with everything in life, the littlest things. It's really quite simple. Mm-hmm. It's not really complex.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear, because I know some people think, okay, well, how do I get training to do this? And how can I work with the angels? And you're just saying it's really something, it's a communication line that everybody has. And so the how and the why is, I think, what most people really want to know. And you're saying that it's basically that little message that you hear throughout your day. Mm-hmm. And how would somebody differentiate that from their own thoughts?
Well, a lot of times, even with journaling, you think that, when you journal, you basically go into, you say, I ground myself and I pray. Mm-hmm. And then I just write whatever it is I hear and feel. And a lot of times I don't even know what I'm writing until after, and I read it. And I read it afterwards, and I think, oh my goodness, it's just so perfect. And then I will pull a card afterwards, and the card always gives me the confirmation of what I've already been told. So it's like, see, we already told you. You got to learn to listen. Mm-hmm. And that's the bottom line, is that people just need to be quiet and still and listen and trust. So that's what I do.
That's wonderful. And I've always noticed that there is a peaceful humility about you when you do these communications, and when you're really listening. I've always noticed that you get quiet and mm-hmm. you become very humble, not like you aren't usually, but I'm just saying, like, there's this peace that I can feel. Mm-hmm. And when it's sort of like when they say when heaven touches earth, there's just this really serene peace. And that's what we do as light workers, is we work with that highest and greater good, the positive vibe, I guess you could say, the positive positivity, the highest and greater good. It's love and above is what some people call it, or it just feels peaceful.
It's very peaceful. Mm-hmm. It's very peaceful. And that's the only way I can explain it too, because you do feel differently when you're in a situation where maybe things are very chaotic around you, and all of a sudden you go into this state of mind that's telling you what to say to these people. That's helpful. So they're always kind and they're always good, and it's always a good thing. Mm-hmm. It's never mean or anything like that, or scary. It's all light. It's mm-hmm. all about light and love and all the good things in life.
Right. There are guardians, our helpers, our guides. Yeah. And I have a question about the angels. They say that the angel of death, or whatever, there's all these stories about the angel of death. I'm just wondering, are there certain angels that are assigned to help people cross towards the light?
Transition? Mm-hmm. I don't know if there's certain angels that help you transition, because to me, when you say the angel of death, it could mean an ending to something that you're doing, mm-hmm. and you're going to be doing something else. So mm-hmm. it doesn't mm-hmm. always have to do with people passing on and moving forward.
Okay. So you're saying that sometimes when they're talking about something that's ending, it doesn't have to be your lifespan. It could be the ending of a chapter of your life, a job. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's really good to know. And I'm just wondering, I've always wondered, are there angels that have different assignments, or do you know? I mean, I'm just curious, like, they're supposed to be Archangel Michael or Michael. They're supposed to be mm-hmm. Gabriel, Raphael. They each, Uriel. They will have these names and assignments from what I heard. And I know that you can go into a whole study about angels, but
there's a lot of them. And people think that, gee, do I have one angel? But there's many. We have many. There's not just one. We are assigned a guardian angel, but there are many angels that are constantly surrounding us 24/7.
Okay.
24/7. So there are archangels that do certain things, like Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael walks with me a lot. He protects me. He's a protector, a great protector, and so they do have different assignments.
Okay. Are you familiar with Archangel Uriel? Because I just had an experience with that.
Uriel. I'm trying to remember what it is.
And it's okay if you don't. I just thought I'd ask if you know, if you're familiar.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I can't.
That's okay. I just the other, and maybe you can kind of clarify for me. The other morning I woke up and I was praying and I was asking, you've taught me to ask the angels for what you need. And so I was asking the angels for what I needed. And I had my journal, I was ready to write it down. And I feel my experience was that I had an experience with Archangel Uriel, and Uriel told me, the name, the assignment, and I Googled the angel, and all of the things that I was going through was like his assignment throughout history and the Bible, and like even, not just the Bible, but just, throughout all the religions, his assignments were like exactly what he told me.
Oh, wow.
From what I felt, and when I say he told me, just to clarify for listeners, I'm not saying I heard it with my ears like I hear your voice. These are spiritual things that go on where I have a spiritual sense of what I'm hearing. The words come into my mind. I'll see certain things in my mind's eye. It's different than, like, let's say, a hallucination. So I was just go over that, because some people are like, what do you mean you saw it and you heard it, and why am I not seeing it and hearing it? Well, it's different than how I'm hearing and seeing you with my physical eyes and ears.
Exactly.
So, I think most people can relate to a spiritual experience where they either they feel something, like the peace, they got an idea in their head and they're not sure where it came from, but it came at just the right time. So do you have any experience with like how the angels look or how they appear?
Well, my highest self was a long, oblong being. And your highest self usually comes to you when you're trying to when you're asking about your mission, because your highest self is everything that you are and ever will be, and so they are very tall, almost like I'm trying to explain what they could be explained, and it's kind of clouds. It's like a cloud-shaped but oblong form. And one time, my husband took a picture of me while I was praying, and he didn't know I was praying, and I was asking about my highest self. And he came in kind of kiddingly and took a picture of me with his camera. And when we looked at the picture, the being was on the bed in front of me, and then just flew away. Real quick. So
I saw that picture. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is really amazing. It was really amazing. I just love it when things like that happen. So yeah, they do have shapes. They'll never show up in something that would frighten you, or they always appear to you in ways that you feel very relaxed and comfort. They're just not frightening at all.
I notice I feel their presence most at my most difficult times. That's my experience. And then thinking back, I've started to realize that they've always been there, but now I just identify what I've been feeling all along, the more I learn about it. And that's, I think, key for a lot of people is we have so many parts of us that are multifaceted spiritually. there's angels, there's, our guides, there's our past loved ones. There are all these people in these, in the spirit world or these other dimensions. And my experience with angels, the more familiar I've become with them, and I had to do the work to get more familiar with them.
Right.
So just like FYI, we do have to work, we have to study, we have to pray and ask for help with this. And we definitely, it's our job to draw closer to the things that we need.
Mm-hmm.
And, it just happens to be, at least for me, when the most that I'm really working on this is when I'm having the most difficult time, because that's when I'm really searching and needing that extra help.
Mm-hmm.
And my experience with the angels is that they have been these very strong. It's like they're gentle, but they're kind, but they're so incredibly strong and powerful.
Oh, that's a good word for it.
Powerful. It's like they're like nothing could permeate their energy. It's hard to describe how they feel because they're so powerful, and they're so. I don't know what would the word be.
Well, when you put yourself in what they call a shield around you, only love can go out and only love can come in. And that's where you feel the most power from all of the angels. And you have to ask them, to be with you, and you have to ask them to, guide you and help you feel that it's almost like a baby in a womb. It's that sweet and that gentle and that protected, because little babies are very protected in their mom's wombs.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a very sweet and loving, and once again, birth is very powerful. So, yeah.
I've heard of a lot of it. It's funny you say that, birth is very powerful, because I have heard a lot of stories about women while they're in labor, mm-hmm. and they have very strong spiritual experiences during that time. Dreams, visions. I have myself with my kids. And so that's interesting you say that, because that makes complete sense. It's that protective
mm-hmm.
sort of thing. Yeah. And so I just really love that I've learned more about the angels. It's really benefited me in my life. It has been great. The more I learn about them, I know even my husband has taught me some stuff about angels that I didn't know before. And that was exciting. I'm like, how do you know all this about angels? Apparently, he had been on a mission, and he taught me a lot too. So that was exciting. The more that I delve into different topics like angels, the
mm-hmm.
more I realize how much everybody else not only understands what we're talking about and is familiar with it,
yeah.
but they can start having conversations with, with me, and people around us will start saying, well, actually I am familiar with that because, and they can tell you how they've had an experience with it, or that they've studied it and this is what they know. So I just love that it's a great conversation to have.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way that I see them is they are very tall, very strong in stature, but they're loving and they're gentle. They have this like a perfect balance.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also heard that they can be androgynous, which means like people can't really identify if they're male or female, so they don't.
Right.
And yeah,
mm-hmm.
So that's another quality that I have been familiar with angels, and also have heard about, generally speaking. So that's another quality. Is there anything else? I know we have just like 4 more minutes. Is there anything else that you want to contribute, or that you are thinking
just
of?
That as readers, when we do readings with angels, we always have to ask permission to speak to the person's angel, and that person has to give you the permission to do so, because angels don't gossip. So that you can't do that.
Okay.
So that's one of the kind of the rules, I guess.
Okay.
Of being a reader with angels and hearing them and speaking with them.
That's great.
Yeah, and a lot of times angels will come through when a person is really struggling with something. You can be sitting there, and all of a sudden they will help you give that person the guidance they need to move forward in love and release whatever it is, the struggles that they're going through. So that's always very helpful and kind thing to do. And that's what they are. They're very kind, sweet.
They're very kind and sweet, and they're protective. They're powerful. They are not just aiding us in this life, but they will be aiding us in the next.
Always.
And I believe that when we're at the end of our lives and we cross over, we pass on to the next life, that we're going to be very familiar with them. We're going to recognize them.
Yeah.
So we have just like 2 more minutes, but gosh, I could talk about this for another half hour.
I know.
Now, I also wanted to go over that selenite is an angel stone. It's a crystal that is very conducive to angels and angel energy. I have a big chunk of it here, so I'm just going to show that to our viewers. If you're watching, if not, if you're on the radio, bear with us. This is a big chunk of raw selenite, and this is known for angel energy and it's conducive to like giving you that angel energy. And I've worked with it. It's also very protective. It has all the same qualities of angels, which is really neat, and it can really provide a lot of those qualities into your energy if you want that energy in your life, your house, your home, your life. So that said, we have 60 minutes, and thank you so much for coming on today, Karen, and sharing this. I think it's so brave of you too, because it takes a lot to talk about these things. But I think people really need to know, and I really wish maybe I'll have you on another time too if you would.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Because I'd like to go.
Well, that's our job. That's our job. That's why we came back.
Right. That's true. So thanks so much for watching. I'm here every Thursday, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time on A1R. I'm Anna Olson. My website's at the bottom of the screen. You can always contact me for a reading. And what is your email address in case somebody wants to ask you questions?
It's angels123.kkaren@aol.com.
Thank you, Karen, so much for being here tonight. And I will see you next week here on A1R. 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. I'm Anna Olson. Please let me know if you'd like a reading, and I can also contact Karen for you if you need to reach me on my website too. So we'll see you next week. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful night.
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Gemma's Spirit World with Gemma. Live from GemmaSpiritWorld.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Gemma's Spirit World
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello everyone, I am Gemma, your host tonight. How are we doing? My goodness, here in Australia we are catching a lot of rain. I know the last few months we had lots of bushfires. Finally the heavens have opened up and we are getting lots of rains in different parts of states in Australia, and it's great to see, even a lot of the farms out west, have been suffering from all the droughts and all the farm animals and all the farmers and all the crops and everything. So it's good to see that, they've had 3 days worth of good rain and a lot of relief to them. And I know that a lot of them would be happy to see all this rain. We've had, I know the southeast Queensland, we've had flash flooding as well. So just lots of rain. It's good to see. Water's all about purification, cleansing. I know after the drought, it's just good to see that everything has been washed away and hopefully all this beautiful green grass and foliage that's growing from all the fires can now absorb all this beautiful water. So I know that the next few weeks, I know that it's going to be a lot more hotter on the Gold Coast. It's generally after a good downpour, we get lots of humidity. So as hot as it feels at the moment, it also feels, the huge humidity makes it sweaty as well. So it just feels like I need to continually jump into the water all the time. So that's the weather in Australia at the moment. So all our prayers have been answered and all the happy rain dances that we have been doing. So I know that we are set in for more rain for the rest of the week. So a little bit about me this week. I've had a busy week, but it's also been a time of really recharging my batteries. It's been a time for me to really listen to my body and go, you know what, I really need a break. Just even taking, a good half hour out of my day just to have some quiet time, some downtime to really recharge my batteries. I've been making an effort to go to bed a lot earlier at night time. I know that if anyone's like me, and I'm a night owl, so going to bed late and getting up early just doesn't seem to really balance out too well because I'm also an early riser. So I've been really making a conscious effort to go to bed early. And I know that trying to get back into routine with school back and juggling everything that, it requires, just to really bring myself back to the present and really understand how important rest is for all of us. So that's been a big week. I've also been in contact with a lot of we've had a lot of what's been the main thing that I've noticed a lot through my readings this week is that a lot of people have been moving house. I know that a great time to do this at the beginning of the year, whether it's I know we're coming up to the full moon this weekend too, so lots of new things have been closing and lots of new doors have been opening. So lots of people have been moving houses, which is a great way to start the new year. So lots of decluttering and it just seems to be a pattern that everyone seems to be moving. I know I'm not, so I'm definitely happy where I am here on the Gold Coast and in my beautiful home, but for whatever reasons, people have decided to move and it's been for the better. So it's really good to see that as long as we're all moving forward and not backwards, and if that means moving houses or moving to a new job, if you're not happy with somewhere, you're living, or not happy with a particular job, why keep living every day being unhappy? So really make the little changes that can really have a huge impact on our daily lives. So so that's been lots of movement, lots of shifts. What else have I got going on? I've actually, oh my goodness, just lots of moving around. So we're going to connect to our first caller because I'm really ready to connect and talk less about myself. So we're going to Wildwood, New Jersey. Yes. Hello, Gina. How are you tonight?
Hello?
Hello, Gina. How are you?
Hello, how are you? Hello?
Thank you. How can I help you tonight?
Hello, how are you? Yes, I can.
How can I
I'm
help
calling
you?
enough. I'm hoping you give me some little insight on my future with my daughters.
Yes, I have a heavy heart when you connected. What is anyone? No. Yes, I have some. Okay, just checking with the connection on my end. Just want to make sure that you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes.
Okay. So insight with you. I have a heavy heart around your daughter at the moment. Has just a question around your daughter's health. Has she been going through? Do you have some kind of an addiction at the moment, whether it be something that's not good for her in her life? Because my heart feels really heavy around her. Like she has some really, maybe some poor choices of even some, like the influence around her aren't that good. Is there some kind of addiction or something that she's struggling with at the moment? Because that's what I keep seeing for her at the moment. She's going through a very hard time of really accepting who she is, and it just feels like the outside influences around her have, I don't know, it just feels very suffocating around her. She's listening to others around her and not following herself. I see that she's had quite a struggle the last few years with this addiction, and I see that she has been led astray, but also has choices that she's chose to take as well that haven't really benefit her in the long run. Also around your daughter, does she have a young girl, a daughter as well?
Yes.
Yeah, and with that daughter, is she in your care? Because I keep seeing this little girl around you.
Yes, all the time,
okay.
yes.
Yeah, and I see that, oh my goodness, your granddaughter, she's very young, but she also, it's like there's communication issues in regards to your daughter wanting, it's interesting. She comes and goes. So I can see your heartbreaking, and also the disappointment that you see at the same time with the struggles that she's going through. It's heartbreaking to see your granddaughter go through such a hard time. With your granddaughter, is she at the age where she understands, not fully understands, but she knows that her mum's in her life but not always in her life? She seems to be in and out.
Yes, her mom just works a lot, and then she just has a lot of errands that she's running when she's not working or has so many things to do.
Yeah, definitely.
She doesn't really have an... Go ahead.
Sorry, keep talking, sorry.
Yes, keep talking. That's fine.
Yeah, and that's what I see. And I know that she's trying her hardest to keep her head, keep her life on track. But it just feels like there's some influence around a male around her that keeps kind of distracting her when she's trying to keep her life on track. There seems to be a male influence around her is what I'm feeling. I'm also seeing that. And he has like a stronger influence on her. At the moment, I know that she's doing everything she can to keep her life on track. I know she's, it's just that her poor choices in the past have held her back from, they seem to be, have a hold on her. But I know how proud you are to see of how much she has achieved and how much she has improved in the last few months. And I know that she's trying her hardest. I know that, she has, it may not always show, but I know that she appreciates the support and love that you have for her. But I know how heartbreaking it is for you to see the struggles and especially what her daughter's going through at the moment.
Yes. Well, their father had come back into their life, and he's the kind of bad influence that's, I guess, influencing her in sort of a way.
Yeah, definitely. And I see that. And the more she tries to separate him, the better. But it feels like it just seems to be really hard for her to see that. It's like, that distraction really distracts. The distraction of him really distracts her. And I know that I can see that in the next 6 months, I really see that she's going to be able to really pull apart from him. But at the moment, it just seems like she's going through the ups and downs, and she's trying her best. And I know that with your support, but also if only she knew how much strength she had inside of her to know that she can really do this.
Right.
I do see that. Sorry?
Is there anything for the other daughter?
For your other daughter, with your other daughter, what I'm seeing for her, is she studying at the moment? I keep seeing like a teacher role around her. Is she going through studies at the moment?
Is she going through something? Yes. She's also going through something because her father, like I said, their father came back into their lives and is just influencing them in a wrong way, I guess.
Yep, definitely. She also studying at the moment because I keep seeing study around her. Is there something that she's trying to do to really to step away from? Is something that is she studying?
Yes, they're both trying to study to go back to school for nursing.
Yeah, and I see her doing that. I really think this is going to be the big change in her life, to make a big difference. So I see that she's going to take that direction. And I know this is going to be good for her to have a different distraction from the other influences around her. So she's definitely going to be okay. She just needs to, continuing on focusing on her studies. So, everything seems to be going well for her.
Okay. Anything for me?
Sorry?
Anything for me?
For you, your health. I also feel like have you had I know you probably had anxiety, worry, but my breathing feels a little bit, do you suffer any kind of asthma or anxiety, panic attacks? My breathing feels a little bit funny around you?
No, I kind of get stressed and I guess anxiety from all the stuff that's going on around me.
Yeah, definitely. And what I see for you is a new change a new work. Is there something you're doing with work? Because I keep seeing there's a change around your work area at the moment.
Okay.
It's whether you're. I keep seeing there's. It's interesting whether you're working now or you're waiting to get work, but there's something coming towards you regarding work.
Right. Anything relationship-wise?
Relationships-wise, I see that there's a man around you, and I feel like he's a good friend to you.
There's not one present in my life at the moment. The one that was just a disaster and kind of broke my heart.
Yeah, so the one that's So the one that you said that you're good friends with, did you say that's not in your life? Did you say he's not in your life at the moment?
Yes, no.
Okay, because that's where I feel that connection. So, so there's obviously, is there travel distance between you two? Did he move away? Because I keep seeing that he's not as close as he used to with you.
Yes, he lives back in Philadelphia, but he's with somebody else now. I've found him cheating and left.
Okay, so that's what I keep seeing. Okay, so there, I guess what I'm seeing with you is that you still, I think, hold that close to your heart still. I feel that the next 3 months you're going to be meeting someone new, but it feels around a gathering. I keep seeing a festival or gathering of people that you're going to come in contact with this gentleman.
Back with the same gentleman?
The same gentleman? I'm not. With the one that's not, the one that's available. Is that the first gentleman?
Yes, the one that broke my heart?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, not him. Sorry, not the one that broke your heart. The one that, sorry, it just cut out. Sorry. No, it's the gentleman around you feels like there's somebody around, a lot of people, like a festive or a gathering. It feels like this gentleman's new to you.
Okay. There's a new gentleman coming into my life.
Yeah, new gentleman, and he's very sweet. He's very, he likes to spoil, he likes to treat women with respect. It's really, I can hear the word respect really loud. So with respect, with love. And he's really good with his mannerisms. You're really going to notice the way he communicates and expresses himself.
Okay. Do you feel any presence from my sisters?
Your sisters at the moment, are you not in communication with them much? I keep seeing that. It's like, okay, so what I'm seeing with your sisters is that with the communication is, it's like if you weren't to communicate with them, then they wouldn't return the communication. You're always the one that's trying to keep the family together. Does that resonate with you?
Yes, but my sisters had passed. And the one sister I didn't communicate for a little bit of period of time before she passed.
Yeah. What I keep
so it's
seeing
weighing
is
heavy
that,
on my heart.
yeah, I keep saying just let them come to you because you've been the one that's always gone to them. You know, always try to keep everyone together. So just keep on focusing on what you're doing and allow that communication to happen organically without you trying to pull and trying to get everyone together. So it really shows that, you know, it really shows how much they want you in their life when they make that contact.
They are no longer here?
Sorry, Gina?
They are no longer here. They passed over?
Oh, they passed over. Okay, because what I keep seeing, okay, the communication. Oh, wait, I'm way off on that one. Sorry, I thought you were saying that there was communication issues. You haven't spoken to them. Okay, at the moment, okay, that threw me off. I thought they were alive still. So there's no communication at all. I do not have them in the room at the moment. I apologise for that. I don't have any messages for this current time.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I thought I heard that you said they were alive, so I'm apologising for that. Gina, I actually have to end our session because I have another caller, but it was lovely to connect with you tonight, and I look forward to talking to you another time.
Thank you so very much. Have a great evening.
You too, Gina. See you later, lovely. We have Keisha. Hi, Keisha from USA. Hello, how are you? Oh. We're just getting Keisha back online. Yep, no worries. So with Keisha, we're just waiting for her to come back online. I keep seeing lots of rainbows around her, so lots of beautiful pastel colors. You know, obviously when I see rainbows, I think of bright colors, but they're very, I don't know. It's interesting to see children around her at the moment. If she's really drawn to a children's room. Okay, Aisha, how are you?
Hello. Good, and you?
Hello. Very well, thank you. I was just talking on air whilst we were trying to communicate with you, and I keep seeing a rainbow around you, like a beautiful rainbow, and I was just wondering, with the rainbow that I was seeing, are you expecting a child, or has someone close to you that's just had a child recently?
Yes, my sister, she has a baby.
Yeah.
She just had her baby in October.
Oh, I can keep seeing that because I keep seeing this beautiful rainbow. Did she have a little girl?
Yes, she did.
Oh, wow. And you're very, very much in love with this beautiful niece of yours.
Yes.
Congratulations, because I keep seeing her room and I keep seeing the beautiful rainbows around her. She's definitely been here before. She feels like an old soul. So her eyes, once she opens her eyes are the windows to her soul. I know that looking through her eyes as she gets older, she'll be able to show you a lot through her eyes, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So how can I help you tonight? What areas in your life would you like me to look at for you?
Like finance, money, my past, and
Yep.
I guess love.
With your finance, I keep seeing, are you taking a loan out for something? For a house or some kind of finance for a home finance? I keep seeing money. I keep seeing a loan, and I also keep seeing it being around the home. So are you taking some kind of finance or wanting to get some kind of finance around the home?
Oh, okay. I'm trying to save for a home, for a house.
So you have your home, but you're not looking to have.
No. I'm trying to save, like.
You're saving for a home, because I keep seeing this loan. Like I see money's coming towards you, but I also seeing there's. Are you looking at getting a loan for a home?
I never. No.
No. Okay, because I've just got you. What I keep seeing is that you're taking out a loan, but it feels like it's not going to happen until the next 6 months. But it seems to be around a home issue. Around your home at the moment, are you planning on moving at all?
Well, I want to get my own place.
Yeah.
I just want to be stable. I want to get my own.
Yeah. I keep seeing this happening a lot sooner than you think, because I keep seeing it coming a lot quicker than you intentionally plan on doing it. I keep seeing a new house around you.
Okay.
I also keep seeing also, okay, so around your finances, I keep seeing the number 8. So it's all about money, number 8, the energy around 8, but being in control. So you're a saver. You're big on saving and knowing what goes out. You know, you're very aware on the money going out of your account, but you're also very aware of how much money is coming in, and you're very in control of. With your work, are you working 2 jobs as well? Because I keep seeing number 2 around work.
No, I'm working right now. I'm only working 1 job, but I do want to get another one so I can get my house.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I keep seeing, a second job coming your way, which is going to bring more in abundance of money into your life. I also see that the house that you're wanting to get is going to come a lot sooner than later. So I do really see that this year is going to be a really exciting year for you. I know that there's lots of things around your home that seems to be. Have you been like decluttering? Because I keep seeing lots of boxes around you.
Cluttering boxes.
I keep seeing lots of boxes around your home. Have you got things in boxes around your home at the moment?
See, I did move.
Yep.
But I had to move
Yes.
like somewhere else. But it is like boxes because I go back and forth to Mesquite to North Dallas. But the house in Mesquite, I hardly be there. But it is stuff still in boxes.
Yeah, and that's what I keep seeing around you. So I've got lots of movement happening around you in the home front. There's also business-wise with work. I see that coming for you. I also keep seeing, I keep hearing sister. Do you have a sister that you're not close to?
I have a lot of sisters that I don't know of.
Okay.
But I want to know if you're talking about my cousins.
Okay,
my cousin is like my sister.
Just cut out. What was that again? Sorry.
It's like I do have a cousin. She's like my sister. Like we grew up together. Like my mom and her mom.
And I keep hearing about your cousin, which you call your sister. There's lots going in you're like best friends. You're very much in contact with one another. Also, I keep seeing around her, I keep seeing, is the both of you doing something adventurous-wise, like some kind of project you're taking on? Is there something you're doing together with her that will allow more money to come into your life?
With my cousin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Aisha, I only have 90 seconds left. I have to end our session, but I wish you all the best with your new home and your new job too coming up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, lovely. Bye. Okie dokie. I'd just like to thank everyone at A1R Psychic Radio for tuning into tonight. I would love for you to follow my Facebook page, Gemma Spirit World. I wish everyone a fantastic weekend. For me, I know that weekend's just around the corner, so I wish everyone a lovely weekend. And I guess the message would be, oh my goodness, what I keep seeing is to let your hair down, try new things that you haven't done and just spend it with the loved ones. Be in the now, live in the moment and enjoy the weekend. So thank you. Oh no, I've got 30 seconds. Here I thought I was wrapping it up. 30 seconds. Oh my goodness, you put me on the spot, Dave. 30 seconds. I know he's going to say 15 seconds. Okay, I drew a card, detoxification, and we pray for more rain, and we have it. So thank you, everyone.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for Your Time to Shine with Julie Yeager-Walker. Live from Wings of Souls with Julie.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Your Time to Shine
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. How is everyone doing this evening? I am running on very little energy right now, so I was really appreciating the high energy that the universe was bringing forth today because it got me through my day. So I have to give a big shout out and say thank you for that. It came at a time when I really, really needed it. So speaking of running on low and running on empty, I want to talk about self-care. And, everyone talks about self-care and what you should be doing and how that looks. But if you really stop and think about self-care, I will be the first one to say it's really hard to put myself first. As a mom and as a wife, you're always out there doing things for your family and for your loved ones, and you take a back seat. It just happens that way. So there comes a point in time when your tank runs empty. And when that happens, everything seems to just kind of fall apart. And at that moment, you have to stop and pause and say, okay, this is time that I take for me. And really seriously take that into consideration. It's so hard for many of us to put ourselves first before anybody else. That's part of human nature, to put somebody else first. And it is so important to take self-care, because if you don't take self-care and you don't put yourself first, what happens? Well, you run out of energy. You're like a car that has no gasoline, and you basically just stop wherever it is that you are. So if you don't keep your tank at least half full, you're going to run into problems. You are going to find yourself stranded along the side of the road. It's the same thing when you get into an airplane and they're going through all of their instructions and they say, put your mask on first before assisting others. Well, if you really stop to think about that statement, it's all about self-care. You can't help another person if you can't help yourself first, right? So whether you're caring for a loved one, if you're caring for, your mother, your father, your grandparents, your children, whatever that is, you have to stop and put yourself first. Because what happens if your tank is empty, you can't help them. You are no good to them at all. So why not take the time and give yourself some love, give yourself some self-care. So what does that look like? It looks like a lot of things. It depends on the person that you are. It could be taking a few minutes and walking in the park. It could be doing something simple as yoga. Just taking a few minutes and doing a couple yoga poses to let your body relax and to rejuvenate. That could be getting a massage. It could be going out and having your hair done, your nails done. It could be going for a run by yourself or with a friend. It could be simply taking a book and reading a book 10 minutes every night, giving yourself permission to have that time for yourself and self-care. So whatever that looks like for you, you should try to do something at least once a day. Whatever that looks like, 5, 10 minutes, give yourself that time. It could be just stepping away if you're working during the day. It could just be stepping away and leaving your desk and going down the hallway where it's quiet, where you can just sit and think about nothing, thinking absolutely nothing. And it's fabulous when you can just let your mind go and not think about anything. You come back feeling refreshed and rejuvenated, because even your brain needs time to rejuvenate. And if you overwork it, you get tired and fatigued. You can't think clearly. So it's so important to take out time during the day to rejuvenate yourself. And if you can do more, you can do an hour, even better. But do something every day for yourself. And like I said, I am the first one to admit it's really hard for me to do that. Everybody's lives are busy and you're trying to carve out time. Find that 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day. And then you'll find that you'll be able to carve out 10 minutes a day. And then maybe it's 15. And then just start working your way up to an hour a day if you can do that. But make it simple. Don't make it too complicated, because if you make it too complex, then you won't do it at all. And make sure it's something that enlightens you, that lights you up, that gives you some joy, some relief. That's really what the self-care is about. And let me tell you, self-care is even about saying no. Yes, I said self-care is about saying no. Reminding yourself not to take on too much. Reminding yourself that you have to be first. And sometimes saying no to that extra assignment that your boss wants you to take on, if you can actually say no to your boss. Saying no to, going out. Maybe you just need to stay home and rest and read a book or take a bath. It's okay to say no. And again, it's the hardest thing for people to do, is actually to say no. So take a look. February is all about love, and it's not just about Valentine's Day and loving others, but it's finding your self-love and your self-care. So start tomorrow by finding 5 minutes in your day to give yourself some self-love and self-care. I guarantee you it will change things and change your outlook and your perspective. So now we are going to head to the phones. We have Jess in New Hampshire. Good evening, Jess, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi.
How are you this evening?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What can we do for you tonight?
I'm just looking for some guidance, I guess.
So you're just looking for some general thoughts on what's going on with you right now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let me tune in here just for a minute. You'll hear a little bit of silence, and I'm just tuning in to see what your loved ones have to say, okay?
Sure.
So as I'm sitting here with this, one of the things immediately that your loved ones are saying is that your tank, if you were listening, if you could hear any of my what I was talking about just before you came on, was talking about self-love and self-care. And your loved ones are showing me that right now that you really could use some self-care. You've really been going the mile and working hard at helping others, and you've forgotten what it means to carve out that time for you.
Okay.
Have you? I feel like your energy is very sluggish, a little low, and So they're showing me that just taking some time out each day, just to take a breath and collect your thoughts.
Okay.
You know, you have really great support on the other side. You have lots of people rallying for you right now. Hang on just a minute.
Okay.
So are you looking into, they're showing me boxes. So are you doing are you thinking about doing a job change, or possibly some type of a relocation?
I recently changed jobs back in September.
Okay. I'm sorry, did you say that you recently?
I recently changed jobs in September.
Oh, in September. Okay. Okay. How are you feeling about that job? Are you feeling settled? I almost feel like it's like you still have a box that's not unpacked. Like it's like symbolizing that you're not quite settled. You're not quite sure about this job right now.
I really love the job. It's slightly new than what I'm used to.
Okay. They're showing me that there's going to be a little bit of a shift and a change in that job, and it's all going to be for really good, positive reasons. But it's going to make you feel like you want to unpack that last box.
Okay.
They're showing me that even though that you are you're excited about the job, it's something that you like to do, there's some hesitation in there with it, and they're saying give it a little bit of time, because there's some shifts and some changes in that, it's kind of brewing right now, and so they said just be patient with that.
Okay.
So is there are you seeing somebody right now, or is there a new love interest that has entered your life recently?
I've been married for the last 17 years.
Okay. I'm showing that there's like a change again. There's a change or a shift in your marriage that is going to kind of spice things up a little bit for you guys. That's going to give you that little bit of pizzazz, that little bit of excitement, and it feels very, very good. It feels very alive and very ecstatic. So I think that you guys are going to find there's going to be something that in your relationship that's going to shift a little bit, and it's even going to amaze you guys a little bit, because you're going about your business and everything is fine, but this is going to bring you back to reminding you of why you guys are married.
Okay.
Your loved ones are kind of stepping back a little bit. Are there any questions that you have in particular?
There has been a friendship over the last couple of years that I have been uncertain if it is legitimate or not. So maybe they can give me some insight around
that. Okay, I'm sorry. So did you say it's a loss of a friendship?
There's a friendship that I'm wondering if it's legitimate or not.
Okay. I'm kind of getting mixed signals. I'm kind of getting mixed signals on this. What they're showing me is that I keep being shown a friend that you have that has been a very big influence in your life, and that friend is kind of stepping back and stepping away, and they're wanting you to know that that this is needing to happen in order for you to continue forward in your life and on your path. And sometimes when we have friends that leave, it can be very, very devastating, and you're not sure why. But they're showing me that this is in your best and highest good. So try to trust and know that everything is going to be okay with that.
Okay. Is there any way for you to somehow ask those people if the person that I'm friends with, if their identity is true or false?
I'm getting. I'm not getting any clear understanding of that. Can you repeat the question in a different way?
I want to know if the person that I've been friends with, if they are who they say they are, or if it's all been false.
They're showing me a picture of a wolf in sheep's clothing. So that saying. This is somebody that you kind of need to be a little wary of. Be careful what you say around them.
Okay.
I'm being shown that if the right thing, the wrong thing, it could be used against you.
Okay. But they don't know if that person has been honest about who they are.
They said you already know who that is.
I already know who that is.
Yeah, I'm feeling it's a female presence.
You mean the friend or the person who you're communicating with?
Person they're communicating with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the person that they're communicating with, but what about the person that I've been communicating with?
I'm trying to understand what they're showing me. I'm seeing a lot of haziness and a lot of fog and a lot of darkness. They're not giving me a very clear picture about that.
Well, that's kind of my problem. Is there's a lot of possibility that there's indications that it's true.
Yeah, it's like trying to talk over a crackly phone line. There's a lot of static. There's a lot of heaviness around this. I'm being shown that right now at this very moment, that's really not an important thing for you to know or to understand. What you need to understand is you need to bring yourself into awareness. Bring yourself into awareness of what the people that are around you. I just keep getting that picture of the sheep and the wolf, and that whole dynamic. So they're just wanting you to be very, very wary.
Okay.
And sometimes when things like that are happening, it's not so much important about who it is or what it is. It's just knowing and being in awareness that something is happening, and the rest kind of just follows along. So your guides are showing me that right now you just need to be in awareness that this is happening.
Okay, so the answers aren't necessarily as important.
They're saying that it will come through eventually, but right now you need to be in that awareness.
Okay.
I'm feeling like this whole situation, it's very dynamic, and it's going to resolve itself, and it's going to be okay. But in that meantime, you just need to be diligent.
Okay. Should I not have contact with that person?
I'm sorry?
Should I not have contact with that person?
There is some past life stuff. There is some past life stuff that is coming up. But they're saying that right now, that's not it's not as important as you being able to be aware that the situation is happening. Does that make sense?
A little bit.
Okay. So as we go through our life, a lot of times things will come up. It will bring us into awareness of what it is that we need to be doing right now, or showing us a path that maybe isn't the best for us to be going down.
Okay.
I mean, in our past, in our lives, we've all been here. We've all, in some way, have done this once before. So there's something in there that you've come back to resolve that wasn't quite resolved before.
Okay. Will I ever meet this individual, or is it?
They're showing me that there's a lot of different facets to this. It's like one piece, and then it kind of has an offshoot going in multiple different directions, indicating that you can take this information and you can go in many different directions, depending on the route that you choose. You have some wounds from the past that are asking to be healed.
Mm-hmm.
There's in that piece of it, there's trauma that is in there that needs to be forgiven. And that's the biggest thing is, the forgiveness. And once you're able to go through that process of forgiveness, it's when the healing begins.
Okay.
And actually, Jess, we are coming down to the last 60 seconds here of the show. So I hope I've been helpful for you tonight, and I want to thank you again for calling in.
No problem. Thank you.
That does it for us here. If you would like to get in touch with me, possibly to have a reading or just to say hi, catch me over on my Facebook page at Julie Yeager Walker Medium, or on Your Time to Shine Facebook page, or you could also reach me on my website, www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. Everyone have a great week, and we'll see you next time.
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Avid Advice Live with Fia Johansson. Live from AvidAdviceLive.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio, or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Avid Advice Live
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello and welcome to Talking About Success. I'm your host, Jack Canfield. You may know me as the #1 success coach in America, co-author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, and also the Success Principles, how to get from where you are to where you want to be. And this show is a lot about helping you get from where you are now to where you want to be. And we're going to help you do that today. I have a fabulous guest today with me, Fia Johansson. She is an amazing being who is going to share, I think, some powerful information that will transform your life with us today. She is a entrepreneur's coach, a coach of entrepreneurs, and also a keynote speaker. And those terms don't even begin to talk about the depth of who you are. So we'll unpack that a little bit. But welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. So tell us a bit about that. You know, you're a coach, you're a speaker. Tell us about yourself, some background perhaps, and a little about your work. Just to get started.
After I got Master of Psychology, I asked myself, now what? Okay, you got Master of Psychology, you're in your practice 8 hours a day, and you're just listening to people who came in and just crying, feel anxious, not happy, not feeling okay, and always connected to themselves about their past, not looking forward for the future. Then how you can change this? Well, nobody teach us in high school and university what means conscious and subconscious. But I learned, and I felt, okay, you do have a Master of Psychology. You did a lot of businesses at the age of 22. So you know how to be or help all the entrepreneurs out there. And most of those amazing problems, they come from finance. Well, how can you help them to achieve faster? And instead, they're walking into your office and talk about, I can't do it, I'm not happy. They just focus on something that they can do it, and they will, and they are going to. And from there, I named myself Subconscious Mind Surgeon.
Subconscious Mind Surgeon.
How to hijack someone's subconscious mind, how to make him and her happier and healthier and wealthier about herself or himself, and how to make them to become successful. Just to know the secret between conscious and subconscious.
So let's unpack that for a minute, if you will. What is the secret to know between the conscious?
Well, what's happening in our life, who we are today, is all because of our subconscious. Mm-hmm. So how we attract things to ourselves? Because of our conscious. So if we consciously connecting to positivities, replace negative thought to positive thought. So subconsciously, we are attracting positivities, monies, energies, and people. You was the one that taught me in so many years how we can use our subconscious mind, our brain, to get what we want. Mm-hmm. So you've been my mentor for so many years, Jack.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, and I'm glad to have been your mentor. I think in many ways you've gone beyond me and some of your understandings of this work and your ability to assist people with that, but thank you for the compliment.
Absolutely. I read all your books, and I was amazed by each of them.
Thank you.
And you taught me a lot, and I found the secret in between conscious and subconscious, which after so many years, I'm teaching all my students, followers, fans, over 2 million followers, fans worldwide. And I'm talking about you so highly. And I'm telling them, just ask and receive. And they asking me, what do you mean ask? I said, well, Jack said ask and receive. Because he always says ask. Never just refuse to ask. And then they said, like, what is in between asking and receiving? And what is in between asking and subconscious mind? I said, well, you're asking. That means consciously you put yourself through on fear or no problem in whatsoever you can think in your business or in your private life. And subconsciously, when you are at sleep, your brain is starting to recognize, realize, and bring things to attention, to universe, and the frequencies will bring everything back to your life.
Beautiful. Beautiful. It really is all about frequencies and vibration.
Absolutely. We are all based on energies, and you know that, Jack.
I do. When you're teaching your students, in addition to what you just said, are there other things you do to teach them to raise their vibration, raise their frequencies?
Exactly.
Can you share some of those?
Well, some people ask me, how can I do that? Well, like on the way here, I just put on the music. I'm so excited. So everybody was like, oh, I love this music, and I'm excited. I got excited. Like, yes, like you guys, I mean, they can easily do with some memories, something that they make them to feel happy. Let's say that we do have like a bad day or something had happened last week, we are not feeling happy. I was like, you know what? Change it, replace it. It's all thought. To me, there's no such a thing as a bad thought and good thought. It's all thought. We are the producer of those thoughts. If I'm gonna have a drama in my life, so I produce a drama and became a drama queen. If I want action, I produce action. If I want calmness and happiness, I produce calmness and happiness and family movies. So just do it the way that you want. And it's all thought. And that's what people kind of think of, you're right. Yeah, replace it. Positive thought. Because this is all your thought. You can change it in a second and minutes. And that's what they do.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, you and I are involved in a book together.
Yes, we do.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yes, we do. I'm so excited.
Good.
Exactly. I'm so excited about that book. And I'm so happy to co-author together with you. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. And I still can't believe that I've been asked by you. And I'm just so grateful. So a lot of people ask me, what is all about? What is all about success? And they ask me what means. Means that how you can easily, but very gradually and nicely succeed in what you want in your life. And it's all about strategy. What type of strategy of your life you have to choose or have in order to succeed. So Success Strategy book, for a lot of my students, followers, and fans, it's going to be the biggest book ever. They're going to change their life, and I know they will, and I know it's going to.
How do you define success for you?
To me, success means when you are happy, when you find your happiness. Success means you do things that you love. You feel things that you love. You connect with things that you love. And to me, success, divine with love.
Beautiful.
It's divine love.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, you're a producer of a film called The Game Masters, which I'm really eager to see. Talk about the movie.
Well, it's all about sex trafficking, human sex trafficking, human traffickings, and it's telling what's happening around us, around countries, Middle Eastern and all other places. In that way, I would say I was very blessed to get connect with a lot of powerful people, police, law enforcement, who they would love to help me to bring it to a lot of people's attention, what's going on around us, around the world. And that taught me a lot, and I'm very happy and blessed that I could. And is still continuing, is still get going. We are going to have another movie which coming, and it's going to be almost continuing the same way, but we are going to let other people know about more political stuff, things which is behind and all the stuff. I know that there's a lot of people maybe not really like that when we poke them in the eyes, but we're just trying to show people what's going on around and what means human trafficking, what means when a woman, beautiful, gorgeous ladies who came from other countries without knowing what she's going, where she's going, how she's doing, and what happened to her, and what else is going to happen in the world. So there's a lot behind it.
What drew you into that project?
Well, as you know, I'm also medium, so basically this is my bonus. So I'm working with law enforcement, police officers, private investigators, and also intelligence services. So I saw a lot with my own eyes. I feel a lot with my own heart. And I felt I need to make a movie. I need to bring it to attention to other people as well. They need to know about it. And this is the truth, the real truths of everything that we have on a daily basis, but we have no idea if it's going to exist or not. So that made me to feel that take an action, make movies, and let everybody knows about it.
So most people out there would say, oh, I see something, I'm going to make a movie. I mean, most people would feel overwhelmed by even committing to doing such a big thing.
It's hard. It's not easy. Making a movie is not easy. Being a producer is not easy because you have to connect with a lot of people. And in Hollywood, well, as I always says, there is impossible Hollywood and impossible Hollywood. So you have to get connect with impossible, but to me, because I just choose the name as Impossible Hollywood, everything has to say yes, and they're gonna just go for it, and we are going to shake hands. But it was hard. It was not easy, and having the commitment to a lot of people, let them to commit with you, make their promises come around, and get things move on. It's just not easy. It wasn't easy, but I believe in one thing. If you want to do something, and if you do have enough belief in what you are doing and the message that you want to send to the world, then universe will help you no matter what. So that's what universe helped me. So I found most amazing actors and actress. I found amazing, basically investors, and I found amazing A-list actress who basically wanted and would love to get in touch and get in tune with it. And I loved the way that they wanted to, kind of get engaged and shaking hand with me and just say, we are here for you. For whatever you are doing, we are here to support you.
Beautiful. Is the movie a drama or a documentary, or what's the...
It's drama.
Drama.
Yeah, action drama.
Very good. Well, good for you. That's impressive.
I have another things that coming out soon. Next movie. Maybe I should just make a movie of your life.
That's already been done.
Well, we can do another version.
Okay.
You just said that you birthed again about 2 days ago.
I went through a very transformative experience just a week ago, and I feel very different. So maybe we'll make a movie about that.
Definitely. For sure.
I'm just wondering who you'll cast as me. That'll be interesting.
It's going to be, I'm so sure. I'm also working with a lot of charities, and I open my own charities because I believe through knowledge, people can understand themselves better. They can fool each other. They can hate each other. So basically, through knowledge, you can really find through yourself and build yourself up. So that's why I built my Cultivating Knowledge, charity or foundation, which is there's a lot of celebrities already been involved and helped me on that, and I'm very thankful and grateful for that as well. And also, I'm co-authoring book with Jiu-Jitsu master in United States. He was the one who basically brought Jiu-Jitsu to United States, or his family basically founded Jiu-Jitsu. And I have to take you there because you need to definitely train with Riga Machado. So he's trained all celebrities, A-list celebrities in Beverly Hills, and you name it, he's trained.
Wow, that's great.
And he's an awesome guy, like humble, like nice teddy bear, so kind in so many ways, and I know you're gonna love him.
Oh, I look forward to that. That's exciting. So
yeah, would love to co-author with him and just tell about his success stories, because it's amazed me. I mean, I cried when he started to tell about himself and telling what he did. I almost cried. I was like, wow, I couldn't even believe that you went through all those things, and then wow, that's amazing success that you have, and all celebrities, one after each other, just walking to his academy. I was like, wow, I'm amazed by you, man. What type of power you have? Tell me about your secret. And he always says, well, you know my secret, Fia? Subconscious mind, huh? He's funny.
It's beautiful, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. There are so many stories that need to be told. So many people walking the planet who have these inspirational lives, and the people need more of that. I think we need a few less Transformer movies and a few more stories like that to really talk about true transformation.
Exactly. Coming.
Yeah, good for you.
It's coming.
So, is there any, if you had like one main message for everyone out there, like, you know, what would you say to them? What do you want to impart to people?
Well, there's two messages out there, basically. One of my most important message to you guys who basically wants to open new businesses, became an entrepreneur and not knowing what to do. So find a good investors, find a good productive group of people. And number 3, just get into the market and nail it. And my second message, you already have a company and you are already successful, but you are tired and you don't know where to go and what to do because you just feel bored and you want to make more money, but not more money coming. For my advice is hire the coach and mentor, me and Jack. We know how to do to make you to feel fun, happy, and connected to yourself again. Because there's a lot of successful people already. You guys make money, they make money. They do not have any problem of making money. But happiness, they do have issues with happiness. Mm-hmm. How they can connect with themselves, with their own soul. And how can I just feel satisfied? I feel satisfied when it comes to my family, when it comes to money, when it comes to my, 7 Ferraris, Lamborghinis, whatever, but I'm not still satisfied with myself. Well, we can help you guys to feel satisfied with your soul, together with Jack.
Thank you. That's wonderful. Now, obviously, you have your book, you have your coaching programs, you do mediumship, all this stuff. If people want to get in touch with you to find out more, take advantage of what you have to offer, where do they go?
Well, I do have a very strong social media, Persian Medium. So it's very strong. It's over 1,300,000 of followers, which I'm very grateful and happy for that. I have my Facebook, which is about 500,000 followers, which is I'm grateful and thankful for that. I have PersianMedium.com, which if you guys go to PersianMedium.com, they can get all the news worldwide. And some people, they want to just like have some conversation with me kind of on the phone in a confidential way. They don't want to mention about their name. A lot of celebrities basically are communicating with me through that platform because they don't want to bring about their names or whatever it is. So it's Avid Advice, AVIDadvice.com is actually the secure and safe platform for all of you to just connect with me and ask me any questions from A to Z, and I'm here to help you out.
Beautiful. So now I understand you're working on another book too. Can you share with us what that is?
This is actually the book that I do with my husband. So me as a woman, he is a man. We are thinking how we are almost connecting with each other, like he's a pizza type of slide when it comes to his mind, his strategies, the feelings, or his life when it comes to the wife, to the kids, and everything. And I'm actually the sweet cake layers, which basically woman has life as a sweet cake, layers by layers by layers, but man has like a pizza sliders, like, you know what, this is a slide of my life, which is my career, the another slide is actually, my wife, my kids, and my friends, and other stuff. So, but through that book, we are going to share why a lot of men and women, after 5 years, after 6 years, they feel bored and they can't handle each other anymore, and there is no sweet love anymore in between them. And why men and women, after 6 and maybe 10 years, not understanding each other's or each other's language, and the sex life is not actually working. What's going on? The same chemistry who was about 10 years ago is not even working anymore. So how you can hit this up with knowing how this pizza slide and the sweet cake layers work together.
That's beautiful. No, it's so good because the statistic is that 50% of all marriages end in divorce. So there's something in there about gluten-free. We won't go there, but we'll get...
I love that. Actually, that's fantastic. I love it.
But I think it's going to be such a contribution to so many people. So I'm really happy you're doing that.
Oh, thank you.
What's your husband's name? Let's give him a...
Rick.
Rick.
Yeah, right, Mr. Rick. So Rick is an amazing entrepreneur. fantastic dad, an amazing husband, and I mean it. I'm a busy woman, 24 hours and 7 days, working with a million projects, but he is also doing the same things, but he's always there for our kids. We have 3 boys, 1 and 2.5, 5.5, and 7.5, as I remember. So, and they love him so much, and I'm so happy and lucky to have him as a husband, because without him, I wouldn't really become a successful person today. Because when you have everything cozy and happy at home, kids is happy and they're connected to themselves, then make you to feel powerful to continue, encourage you to try to bring, you know, money, love, passion, whatever they want in their life. But if he wasn't there, I wouldn't even do any of those, because my mind couldn't even actually settle in one thing, focus on one thing, and I couldn't be a multitasker.
Beautiful. Well, good for him and good for you.
Thank you.
I'm so happy. I'm looking forward to the book.
Absolutely, me too. Let's see if women gonna hate him or love him, or if men gonna love me or hate me. I don't know. Like, let's say we figure it out later on.
I'm sure we will. Great.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Why you choose me to co-author with me?
I think you're an amazing being. You're one of the most fascinating people I've ever met. And I think you have deep, deep wisdom to impart with the world. And I want that wisdom out there. So anything I can do to support that in getting your message out, your energy out, having people realize you're a resource that's valuable, I would do that in a minute.
And by the way, I am also invited for 2 shows, like a reality shows, which is on their production already. Hopefully coming next year, and I would love to have you in one of my shows.
I would love to.
I can't wait.
My pleasure.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either. It's exciting.
It's super exciting.
Well, I just see you at the top of a cliff, just diving off into the space and doing like amazing things.
Yeah, exactly. Well, always my husband says, when someone says no to you, you get more challenge. I says, like, of course. Then never say no to me. So I was like, that's exactly what I say no to you, because I know exactly how to challenge you. So no to me is all challenge, and challenge to me is happiness, love, and prosperity. And I think challenge means that change the directions, feel happy again, and find your niche. Just like, I mean, each of us has some talent, but not every each of us knows exactly how to use this talent. And just tap into the abilities that you have, that I always tell you guys. And I read all your books, and that's exactly what you says all the time. Find the real purpose of your life, and when you find the real purpose, then you know how to live. And that's exactly what I did. I found my purpose. My purpose is all about helping others, as you do.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Yeah. My purpose has always been I'm inspiring and empowering people to live their highest vision. Exactly. The highest power, the divine energies, the divine love. And everything actually is possible with divine love. Everything. Everything. I think we'll end with that. That's a good statement. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right, so you heard it here, and it's all available to you, and you deserve it. And so there are many places to go to receive that, but this woman here is one of the great supporters of your evolution. And so it's like, you know, think about this as we end this show, that so many times opportunities come in front of you to actually give you the very thing you're looking for. And sometimes we pass it up. So don't do that this time. Take advantage of what she has to offer you. So thanks for joining us. Remember, everything's possible with divine love. You are divine love. And we're all here together to serve each other. And so I hope tonight or today, whenever you're watching this, that you've been served by us. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week on Talking About Success.
Welcome back to the Global Entrepreneurship Initiative. I'm excited to introduce our next speaker, Ms. Fia Johansson, who's better known as the Persian medium and subconscious mind surgeon. She's a multi-talented motivational speaker, clinical hypnotherapist, and celebrity psychic medium. An author who works closely with law enforcement to help locate missing people and solve difficult criminal cases with detectives and as well as private investigators. Throughout her career, she's helped thousands of people identify personal roadblocks to help them truly believe in their own path to success, whatever that dream may be. Her greatest passion in life is helping others achieve their ultimate dreams and desires, teaching people to believe that truly anything is possible. Please help me welcome to the stage Ms. Fia Johansson.
Welcome back. Did you know that police departments across the country and even the CIA sometimes turn to psychics to help them solve cases? Victims' families looking for answers also turn to mediums for closure. Fiona Johansson is an author as well as a licensed psychologist and hypnotist.
Welcome back. Our next guest is a celebrity medium, a clinical hypnotherapist, a holistic healer, and holds a master's in psychology. Fia Johansson is known as the Persian medium, and she's even worked with intelligence agencies and law enforcement to find answers in cases. She also wants all of us to discover our best selves. Fia, good morning.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Jack Canfield, your host for Hollywood Live. My next guest, Fia Johansson, is an amazing person. She is speaks 5 languages, which I find very impressive. She's emigrated to several countries, has a psychology degree from the University of Stockholm in Sweden. She is a hypnotherapist, clinical hypnotherapist and healer, and God knows probably other things I don't even know about.
Hi, welcome back to Times Square today. I am your host, Greg Roulette, and I am very excited for our next guest because she is known as the Persian medium, the subconscious mind surgeon. She's a motivational speaker, clinical hypnotherapist, and celebrity psychic medium. This is going to be a fascinating conversation with my good friend, Fia Johansson.
For centuries, it's believed that mediums have been able to mediate communication between spirits of the dead and living human beings. People usually recruit mediums to help them get in contact with family members or friends who have passed on. But celebrity psychic Fiona Johansson is also using her abilities to help law enforcement solve cold cases and help exonerate and free innocent inmates. And Fiona is joining us now. Fiona, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. How are you doing today? Welcome to Avid Awakening, a beautiful, gorgeous wellness center who will adjust you mentally, emotionally, and physically. Also, it will help you to manifest your finance, anything and everything you desire for. This place is a very beautiful place which is located in Corona del Mar. So please book your appointment today.